Welcome back to Opening Statements. Come to your television set and look at this video. See that? It says, John O'Keefe, remember him. He is the 16-year veteran of the Boston Police Department who was killed back in January of 2022, allegedly by his girlfriend, Karen Reed. And as we're getting ready for Karen Reed to go on trial again, close friends of John O'Keefe have come together, raised money just among themselves. They didn't crowdfund with the public, but just among themselves. And they quietly had 4 billboards to honor him erected around the greater Boston area, making sure that he is the center of this case, something that's been forgotten about with what has turned into quite a circus. So now the trial is set to begin on Tuesday with the opening statements. And there are still some outstanding things that need to happen. I want to turn to that now. I want to turn to one of the biggest rulings just yesterday by the Honorable Beverly Cannoni, and it pertains to the defense's ARCCA witnesses. You'll remember that's all relating to the people they brought in to opine on the alleged accident. And these experts had been brought in and hired by the federal government to do their inquiry. And Karen Reed's attorneys also paid them to give their expert testimony in this case. Now, there's nothing wrong with payment for experts, but you need to disclose that. And as you recall, there was a problem. They didn't disclose that. They told the court and everyone that they were independent, unpaid, and that was simply not true.
This is the very issue I've been concerned about since the beginning of this case. And I've made every effort to alert the court that I had a concern, in fact, that I anticipated this very thing would happen. My first analysis was of the past history of this case and dropping experts and information during trial. We had ARCCA witnesses where I still do not believe we have had full disclosure.
Oh, yeah, so this was from the other day. So backing up, we know the defense team, they can still be in big trouble with their law licenses over what happened with that information that they deliberately withheld from the court. But now, even after that whole mess, apparently they haven't turned over to the Commonwealth their discovery, their expert reports. And the rules say you have to turn it over. They've been ordered by the judge to do that previously. And that clip we just saw, that was from the other day, when Special Prosecutor Hank Brennan spoke up and said he had every concern in the world that this was going to happen, and it has. So the judge issued an order that these defense attorneys have until 5 o'clock today to meet that discovery deadline. So why the delay, especially after that debacle? And what's going to happen when these witnesses are called and things can be brought out about how they weren't independent before and said they were? Let's talk about that. Let me bring back in Sonny Slaughter and Joe Tamburino. Joe, let me begin with you here. How bad is this in terms of rule violations when you don't comply with discovery deadlines?
It's huge, and this is totally the defense's fault. I mean, when you get to an expert or any witness, if you're going to use them or if you plan on using them, you have to disclose the information. It's like what we say in politics. The cover-up is worse than the crime. You don't cover it up, because if you do, as you just said, Julie, you're going to get in trouble with your law license. And Judge Cannoni's order in this case, I mean, when you look at it, it's powerful. I mean, it says not only does the defense has to make these disclosures by a certain date, but they have to turn over everything, every text, email, phone call between anyone on their defense team, including the defendant herself, and anyone with ARCCA. I mean, it is broad-ranging. And what this really tells you, if you read between the lines, is the judge saying, defense attorneys, I don't trust you. You got to get this done. And if you don't, there's going to be severe consequences.
And Joe, great analysis. Right, you know, last time she questioned it, we heard her in the courtroom saying, so you're telling me these are independent, unpaid witnesses? And they said, yes, yes, yes. yes, and duping the court is what happened. Hank Brennan called it a dupe, and the judge found that it was. So now here we are, and they were great witnesses. We all know they were tremendous. They were, if you ask me, they were the best part of the defense's case. Sonny, you do trial consulting work. Are things going to be tainted this time around, knowing that Brennan can draw out the lies from the previous time?
It will be tainted, surely, because now the public might not see it as tainted, but as an expert, as somebody that has to produce these reports, my integrity as I'm testifying on the stand is going to be tainted from the lens of the law and what I have to do. And not just in this case, this can carry over to other cases. And I don't think people understand that, where you could be subject to a Darvard hearing about what you did in cases. This is critical information. And I'm just shocked that this defense team, as savvy as they are, did not pull it together well.
Right, right. You know, and then you have somebody, I would argue, savvier than all of them on the other side with Hank Brennan, you know, who caught it and is holding their feet to the fire. You know, in the first case, it seemed that those prosecutors were overwhelmed. They were overwhelmed. They were out-lawyered. Now it's like, to use the old expression, there's a new sheriff in town. Joe Tamburino, knowing that Hank Brennan is known for his artful, brilliant cross-examinations, how do you think these defense lawyers are going to address what they did with ARCCA, knowing that Brennan's going to be gunning for their experts when it's his turn?
Brennan is going to do a fabulous job on cross-examination. People should wear basically a butcher's apron because it's going to be flying everywhere. I mean, this gets to the heart of the matter with any witness. The way to eviscerate, totally eviscerate a witness is by showing bias or prejudice, showing that what they are basing their foundation on, meaning why they're testifying, is not true. I mean, it would just completely obfuscate anything that they're talking about in terms of science, accident reconstruction. Why? Because you're bringing out to the jury that these guys are paid. Not only that, but the defense attorneys lied about, presumably in court, that they were independent witnesses, when in fact you got all these emails, all these texts, all this communication between the defense and the experts. I mean, it's going to be very fun theater and courtroom drama to watch.
Joe, you're so right. You're on fire, my friend. I love that analogy you made of the butcher's apron. Yeah, this is going to be real bad. And, you know, I think one of the saddest things about it is this didn't have to happen. They had great witnesses. They should have just been honest. Be honest. Say, yes, it is perfectly fine to pay your experts. Sonny knows that's how it happens. Nobody's working for free. Nobody expected that. But, you know, hiding the ball, again, they put themselves in this unfortunate position. We've got to leave it there for now. Sonny, I need to let you go. Have a wonderful weekend, my friend. Thank you for all the great analysis.